I'm going to be showing you how to do this beautiful and simple Cinderella mask that every girl will love. To get started on the background, you're going to take metallic white and apply that to the bridge of your nose and into the inner corner of your eyes. Make sure to go above and below your eyes. Next, you're going to take the pretty blue you see in this cake and put that on the bridge of the nose to help accentuate the blue color since this is Cinderella. And it has all shimmery colors, but the white is the regular white to keep it nice and bright. So apply that to your eyes and then round around the corner of your eyes, like so. You don't have to be precise in the application because we're going to make it clean with a wet wipe later. So just quickly slap on the paint in a mask-like shape. Now with your wet wipe, put it on your finger and simply wipe away any undesired paint, and this is going to create a nice clean line. Make sure to do this quickly before your paint dries so it comes off nice and easy. Finally, for the background, take some glitter. I'm using silver holographic glitter so it'll show up more. I want this to be a really magical, sparkly design, so the more glitter, the better. That's a lot of glitter. I want to start the line work in the center, so we're going to start with the crown. Go from eyebrow to eyebrow, and then fill in with blue that hasn't been covered. And put a dot right in the center where the top of your crown is going to be. This will help you know where to place your lines. This looks overly complicated because I'm doing it on myself and it's in the middle of my forehead, which is the most difficult place to paint on yourself. But when you're doing this crown on a child, it's super fast and simple, and you shouldn't even have to lift your brush. You just kind of go in a looping pattern. Make sure that each loop is smaller than the one next to it and points out at an angle. And then you can see here how they overlap. Fast and easy. And I'm going to quickly clean up my lines. For the swirls, we're going to start with the biggest swirl, which is in the corner of the eye. When placing your swirls for this design, it's very important that your swirls touch the outside color so it creates a good edge for the mask. Also, make sure that your swirls are nice and round and complete because Disney loves to put really round, swirling designs in the princesses' dresses and in the buildings and the movies and things like that. So lots of round swirls will make it look extra Disney-ish. And just make sure to fill in any spaces around the edges. So I would do a swirl, and then if there was a little space left over, put in a quick heart. You want the overall shape of the mask to be very fluid and very rounded and delicate. The inside swirl should be the smallest since it's closest to the inner corner of your eyes. And once again, fill in any space you can with a heart or a swirl. There you go. Do the same thing on the other side. Cinderella is full of magic and sparkles, so I thought it would be fitting to add that to the outside of the mask. This is totally optional as it's kind of time consuming, but I think it adds a fun, magical element to it. I switched to a number 2 brush, I believe, to do this, and working only on the tip, I'm doing different starbursts, making sure that some are very small and some are a little bigger, but none are too big. And using that same small brush, I'm going to do the dots. I want my dots to stay extra tiny as well, so it looks like delicate, sparkling dust, not big, overwhelming dots. Repeat that on the other side as well. It doesn't have to match exactly, just do the same sort of thing, different sized starbursts. And to tie those in, I went ahead and did that in the middle of the mask as well to fill in that space. I thought it was fun, a little different than just teardrops, which is what we usually put on the bridge of the nose. I wanted to make it a little bit different. Just make sure your smallest starburst is at the very bottom of the bridge of the nose. Using this pretty Kryvaline metallic pink, I'm going to fill in the hearts, and this helps to add color and it helps the hearts to stand out, whereas people might not have noticed them before. If you fill them in, people will notice them. Finally, I'm going to take a mixture of light metallic blue and dark metallic blue by Kryvaline. I wanted it to be a darker blue, but not too dark. I want to keep the design nice and soft, which is why I mix those two colors together. And I'm going to put it on the crown wherever a shadow would be. So right underneath the big tips of the points, and then in the little loops. This will add dimension, and also it'll help to accentuate the crown and give it more definition. To add dimension and definition to the swirls as well, I did the same thing, but just right in the inner part of the swirls. I didn't want to overwhelm the design and outline them all in a dark color because I wanted it to stay nice and soft. And this also saves time when you only do the inner part of the swirl. Make sure to not make it too thick. You want it to be nice and thin. Now, using Kryvaline body glue, I'm just putting a little dot right above each of the points of my crown. Make sure it's above the points, not on the points, because you don't want to cover the points up. And then I just placed a large rhinestone in the center and then smaller rhinestones on the side points. And there you go, that's it. This is a relatively simple design and it's great to use for parties. I hope that you guys like it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on Facebook. The link to that is below.